everybody. Just waiting on defense to chime in. So, just waiting on Dphence. Just waiting on my partner to join in here. Just waiting on defense to chime in. Okay. Just waiting on defense to chime in. Hey, Kiki.
Finally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we just want to apologize to everybody, man. We were supposed to go live on our Sirius Sports Heads page, but we had some technical difficulties there. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. We want to welcome everybody to Sirius Sports Heads with the chef and the guru, the chef himself, Dphence. Uh,
Yes, sir.
we got a lot, we coming to y'all from this particular platform right here. As I said, that our page, we had some technical difficulties with our page, so we just gonna be talking about a little bit more than just NBA today. So we just want y'all to bear with us and chime in. with what y'all think and what y'all see, what y'all want to say. So how your week been, man?
Man, great week, man. Preparing to get ready to go on this road trip,
Okay,
going on a mini vacation. Headed out 4 o'clock in the morning. Headed out to the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee.
okay,
So
okay,
I'll be out there on Monday, man. So I just been preparing for that, making sure the boys straight for the rest of the week.
okay.
Um, just excited, man. And then with all these sports going on, it's like baseball, NBA,
Hmm.
even NHL. You know, they playing playoff ball, so
Right, right.
playoff hockey.
Playoff hockey,
So it
right,
just been next. Yeah, it been an exciting time over the past week just in the sports world.
right, right,
What
right.
about you, man? How was your week?
Man, the week been cool so far, man. This been this my short week of work, so I'll be headed back tomorrow. Uh,
Right.
Back on duty tomorrow, man. So I gotta get all this, lined up and everything, man. Once we done
Yeah,
with the
that's what
show.
I'm doing the grooming. I'm doing the grooming session
Right,
after this show myself.
right.
So yeah.
So, but yesterday was my middle son 12th birthday, man. So we just kicked it a little bit with him.
I seen that.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Happy birthday to the young man.
appreciate that, man. Had some cake and ice cream at his grandma's house earlier today. Had some stuff for him yesterday, man. Got him some stuff, man. So just man,
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like I'm getting old, man. For real, man. I'm getting old. You know,
Get mature, man.
yeah,
Mature, man. It's just like fine. It's just like fine wine.
right, right. I'm
It's just like fine wine, man. That's
getting
all.
getting old, man. Definitely getting old, man. It's like he taking him to play basketball now, man. I could still shoot, but trying to keep up with
Right.
him once he turn on them jets, you know what I
Right.
mean? Trying to
Right.
keep up with him is, it's
Yeah, you
tough,
know now you
man.
you got to body him now. It's
Oh
only
yeah,
you can't do nothing. Yeah, you just got to body him now.
and it all depends on how I feel, man. To be honest with you, man, it all depends on how I feel, man. Cause I be so beat, I go to the boxing gym 2 days a week. And I be
Right.
beat from that, you know what I'm saying? But then they want to go play bad. They got energy. They just got energy. You
Uh,
know what I'm saying? I'm putting all my energy, you know what I'm saying, in the
yeah.
boxing
Yeah.
and the self defense. You know what I mean? But they got energy, so they want to go play
Right.
basketball right afterwards. And it's like I can't even move. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
my mind be telling my body to go, but it's different now that I'm getting older, man. So
I definitely
I still
understand.
got it, but trying when he turn on them jets, that's it, man. When they turn on them jets,
Yeah.
that's it. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna shoot the lights out. but
Definitely.
uh
You
but
gotta maintain how you maintain.
right, right. So man, let's get right into it, man. This
Oh
past week,
yeah.
man, this past weekend, the NBA is back, man. We done had six,
Woo-hoo!
yeah, yeah. We done had 6 solid days of NBA basketball in the books. I think today is day number 7. So far, man, who was your overrated team and your underrated team, man? What do you think about how everything is transpiring so far and what you have seen, with these teams?
You know what? First off, I want to say um, thank you, NBA. Thank you, Adam Silver. Thank you, NBA Players Association, for bringing basketball back and bringing it down to the bubble and what they did with it. Um, gotta apply. Gotta clap my hands. It has
Hmm.
been in over 343 players, I think. None of them tested positive for
Yeah,
coronavirus.
right.
Again, that report just came out today, so it's showing that it can be done. It can be. Hold on. Get out. Sorry about that.
No, that's
But
fine, brother.
none of the players have tested positive for COVID over the past since they've been down there with the
Hmm.
bubble and everything going. Shout out to the NBA for that. Players are safe. Now let's get to talk about what's going on the court.
Hmm.
We've been seeing some great basketball.
Oh yeah.
It been a little sloppy, but at the end of the day, they out there competing. They playing
Hmm.
hard. They playing defense. Um, it been some great basketball.
Oh yeah.
But to answer your question, to keep it going, two of the teams that disappoint me, man. One team in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks, man.
Oh,
Um, since they done started back, I understand that you got to get the chemistry back. People getting
Mm-hmm.
flowing, but now it's like you done been down there for like 3 weeks. You've been practicing with your
Right.
team. You don't have nothing to focus on
No.
except basketball right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And when I look at Milwaukee and how they stack up against the great, especially when we talk about getting down to conference finals and the NBA finals, Giannis supporting Cass, I don't see them. I don't see them supporting the way he need to support.
Mm-hmm.
Houston Houston the other day just showed a blueprint of how to play Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the game and you seen what was going on with Milwaukee when it was 6 minutes left in the fourth, Giannis was gassed.
Right.
He was gassed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could take him out of the game, like your offense really don't have no one to play through. You can't play through Middleton. You can't play
Right.
through Brook Lopez, especially against a short lineup like that. So I'm concerned about them. I think they're a little overrated coming into the bubble, man. I don't think they're the number one seed as we've seen them playing this
As we've
whole
seen.
season.
Yeah.
Um,
Gotcha.
and another team I want to say that was overrated coming in, which is kind of a reach, but I don't think it's a reach. It's the Memphis Grizzlies. Before the bubble started, a lot of people were saying Memphis is gonna hold on to that 8th spot. Them young guns, they might take the Lakers 5-6 games in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people thought Portland wouldn't be able to catch up with them.
Right.
Well, Memphis done repelled since
They,
the bubble started,
right.
and I just feel like, you know, the veteran play that's out there now, within the bubble, that being such a young team,
Right.
it's just that they was really overrated coming into this bubble,
Coming into
thinking
the
that they was
league.
gonna be able to hold on that AFC.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I mean, that's what I got, man. Who you see being overrated out there?
So yeah, man. I totally agree with you with Milwaukee, man. You know, just to piggyback on what you said, man. Giannis is gassed. You know what I mean? Like he can't carry that team by himself. You know what I mean? He has and I think he has a great supporting cast. I just think that he's doing too much. You know what I mean? He made the comment one time before at the All-Star game or the All-Star picks that he didn't pick James Harden because, or when they was doing the picks, he needed somebody to pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
him. I don't see him passing the
yeah.
ball all like that. He get the 7 to 8 assists and stuff like that. But that's after I feel like he didn't dribbled the ball a few times and could have made a better, a much better
So
play.
you saying you don't see him making his teammates better?
I don't see him making his
Is
teammates
that what you're
better.
saying?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. But he has a great supporting cast. You know what I mean? He has great play. I mean, outside of Chris Middleton, he didn't show up. That game against Houston, he didn't show up. That 27
He went
points.
missing. He fell off.
Yeah, he
I
did.
don't want to say, because he played good the first half,
Yeah, the
but
first
then when it comes to clutch time,
yeah,
this is a repeating thing. But
right.
go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, and that's fine, man. Because guess what, man? I feel like this entire bubble, even though they playing this 8 regular season thing, I believe you got to treat this entire bubble as a playoff. The entire time that you down there, just to get your mindset, you know what I mean, in the thick of things to winning. You know what I mean? You want to start peaking right at this time, right now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they my most overrated team, and I think the most underrated team to me is the Indiana Pacers. You know what I mean? The Indiana Pacers is probably the most underrated team in the bubble right now. Them and the Miami Heat. You see what Miami did to Boston yesterday without Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? And Boston is supposed to be, I picked Boston to come out the East, but
Yeah, you did. You did. We're not gonna forget that.
but Miami, the way Miami playing, you know what I mean? They guys, man, they balling, man. So that's my overrated team and my two underrated teams. Just overrated. And I forgot another overrated team. The Clippers. I wanted to say the Clippers too, man. They just overrated right now. I don't know if they're missing Lou Will, you know what I mean, or Montrezl Harrell, but they overrated, man. You know
Overrated?
yeah, this defensive prowess we supposed to be seeing. They've been getting beat, man. They've been getting beat. They beat up on the young Pelicans team. I get them that they were supposed to do that, but when it came to facing the Lakers and even Phoenix, Devin Booker, he he took them to school, man. He took them to school. He showed them that offense beat defense when it should be the other way around. You know what I mean? So
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, sticking right there, talking about the Pelicans, we just get into the eighth seed in the West.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Pelicans is now. I want to make sure
Yeah, everything's still the same except for the Spurs lost.
is the
Yeah, everybody's still
Spurs
the
lost,
same.
Suns won.
Yep,
Okay.
everything's
So the
still
Pelicans is
it's still
okay. The
two
Pelicans is
games,
still no, and Phoenix 2.5, right?
two and
I
a
just want to
half.
make
Yep.
sure before I. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And so the Blazers, Spurs, they hold a half a game lead over the Pelicans. Um, a 1 game lead over the Kings, and they're half a lead over the I mean 2.5 over the Phoenix Suns. It's all gonna change 24 hours from now and see where the seed at. But where things stand right now, who gets the number 8 seed in the West and why?
Um, and that's a good question, man. I think it's definitely gonna come down to a play in. But I think it's gonna go to Portland. I think Portland, man. I think that they're a veteran team. Dame Lillard, we saw what Melo did last night. Came up clutch, and that's what he's supposed to do. That's why they brought him in. Brought him in to play. Yeah, salute. You know what I mean? It's upstairs. You know what I mean? He salute to Melo, man. He definitely came in clutch, man, and I think that does a lot for that team. Nurkic, he balling. I ain't like the way he was playing last night. I think he made a few bad plays, down the stretch in that game. But Hassan Whiteside, man, is playing. He balling. You know, I just think that they got a good chemistry, man. They got a good chemistry, man, to give somebody hell, so to speak. So I think if it does come to a play-in, I think Portland is gonna win that, man. Just off how long they've been together, the veterans that they got. Dame Lillard always game. CJ McCullough, you know, he playing ball. He was actually defending. He actually been playing defense. So I think it's gonna be Portland, man. What about you, man?
I gotta just piggyback on what you said. That was a great take. The only thing I can add to the take that what you said is about Portland.
Mm,
It's their strength of schedule, who they about to play. Um, they're playing against the bottom. They're playing against the bottom teams right now of the bubble that's going to be in the West for the remainder of their schedule,
mm-hmm.
and I just think that favored them. To
Yeah,
add to it, like you said, the veteran leadership. We know what Dame Litter is doing. Melo been clutch the past 2 games. I'm
yeah,
talking about hitting big boy shots.
yeah.
Uh, CJ McCollum, the defense. The minutes you get from Gary Trent Jr. off the bench.
Oh man,
Zach Collins,
man.
Nurkic,
The
like
young
like
boy.
like
Yeah,
Zach Collins and get Nurkic back, like those two right there. It makes this Portland Trailblazers a totally different team.
yeah, absolutely.
I believe that they're gonna. I'm calling they're gonna get the AC, and
Mm-hmm.
that first round series against the Los Angeles
Oh
Lakers is
yeah,
gonna be something
oh
else.
yeah,
Uh,
oh yeah,
I can't I can't wait. I can't wait.
oh yeah. Man, listen, man. The way Gary Trent Jr. been playing, man, is
Yeah.
he been playing lights out, man. I mean, you
And
know,
Hassan Whiteside, you said his
Hassan,
name, but go ahead.
yeah, yeah, man. Hassan White, the way they playing, man, it's like they want this. You know what I mean? They want
Yeah.
this. They got something to prove. You know what I mean? And they beat it if they get in, man, at the AC and beat LA. It's gonna be like back in the day how Denver beat up on Seattle or upset Seattle in that 5 game
Yeah.
series, man. What defense Dikembe
Yeah.
Mutombo had the ball, crime, with the
Yeah.
ball,
Yeah. Crap.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So,
And you think of another upset just throw out there, it could be like Golden State beating Dallas Mavericks
yo
the
yeah,
year with
oh
Baron
yeah,
Davis,
with
Steven
Baron,
Jackson, and
yeah,
all those guys.
oh yeah.
So
Oh, definitely, definitely. So, moving on, man. Let me say this name to you, man. You tell me what you think. J.
mhm.
Cole. What's the first thing you think of when you hear J. Cole?
One of the coldest rappers in the game right
Coldest
now.
rappers in the
One
game.
the most lyrical, realest, deepest MCs in the game right now. He is today's version of Nas.
Mm,
Uh, that's what I hear when I
that's that's
that's what I think when I
that's what
hear
you
him.
think of. So you don't think
Yeah.
basketball. Detroit Pistons tweeted out the other day that they giving rapper J. Cole a tryout for the team. Is this serious, man? Is this a joke, or is J. Cole that good, man? What you think, man?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this first. So I had to go YouTube, Google,
What's
just
up,
to
Mike?
see with with his basketball skills. Uh, J. Cole actually game
Oh,
if you playing at Lifetime. But to make that said, I seen some videos with him play. I seen some videos with him playing with some NBA players, but he was out there, he was stroking it.
right.
But what this really makes me think about is the publicity that it's going to bring to the Detroit Pistons. And I think
Mm-hmm.
about Master P trying out with the Toronto Raptors. I think about Master P trying out with the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And and P could play for
Yeah,
real, for real.
yeah,
He had some game.
yeah.
Um, but you know what? I believe Detroit is good. It'll be good for the organization. It'll be good for basketball. It'll bring just a whole nother crowd over who might not be into the basketball like that, but just because J. Cole is one
Mm-hmm.
of their favorite artists, that might bring them over to the game.
Yeah.
Uh, hey man, bring them in for a try. If from what I've seen and what I read about what some of his teammates said when they played in high school,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't think he's gonna make the roster, but I mean a tryout, you know, it'll be good for
Mm-hmm.
basketball. That's about it, man.
Yeah.
I don't see him being on no roster day one or anything like that. But from the film that I've seen, what his teammates say about him, his teammates said he
Mm-hmm.
was a great defensive player. He got cut his freshman year, or he got cut either his freshman or sophomore year. He did play basketball his junior or senior year.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't start. He didn't start to the end of the year, his senior year. But the one story that I did read from his teammates that said that the best basketball player on that team at the beginning of the year, him and J. Cole would play basketball one-on-one full court. And I mean full court, like going at it like
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one. And they did that every single day, started from that summer
Mm-hmm.
all the way through the season. So obviously the work ethic there. You can
Right.
hear it through his music, the work ethic there.
Right.
Like I
Right.
said, he got some game, man. If he make it, I would be surprised, but I don't see him on the opening day roster. But I
Okay.
believe it'd be great to bring attention to the Detroit Pistons.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, man, the old saying, man, how they say every rapper want to be a ball player and every ball player want to be a rapper.
Ball player,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I think you got guys like Dame Lillard who man, Dame Lillard actually got some flow to me. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He actually can actually
Oh, he
rap.
can,
You know what I mean? He
yeah.
he put the he put the pen to paper. You know what I mean? And,
He got
and just
bars,
flow, just bars too, just flowing too. I think definitely, man. Just from the tapes that I seen of J. Cole playing, man. Even when he playing with the guys up at Lifetime, uh, he hold his own. You know what I mean? Even I seen a
right?
video of him playing with some guys in North Carolina with the college boys in North Carolina. You know what I mean? He's
Mm,
holding his own. So I think it's serious. If they serious, let them try out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
What's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? He already set in life. You know what I mean? What's the
yeah,
worst that can happen? You
right,
give him a shot. Either he make the team or he don't. But if he do make the team, if he does make the team, right?
yeah.
What is that saying about these other guys that didn't make the team? That's getting cut. These G leaguers, these D leaguers. You know what I mean? If J. Cole, if this
I mean, that's
rapper,
a lot, but that's a lot. If you think about him, that's a good take. I'm glad that you bring this up, and I'm gonna bring it up real quick, like 30 seconds.
mm-hmm,
Uh, the fact that you bring that up, he'll be a 15 or 14th player on that roster,
mm-hmm,
if he got added to a team. Uh, so if you're a GM and you thinking I got a player that's close in talent to J. Cole,
yeah,
but this J. Cole, who should I put on my roster? I'm 9 times out of 10, you probably gonna put J. Cole on your roster just because he's gonna bring some money in
she
there. He's
gonna
gonna
bring
bring some
some
ticket
people.
sales in
People
there.
gonna want to come see
So
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
if it's a situation, exactly, because I don't want to put down those G Leaguer players or the people on the fringe player. They might get their shot with another team, something like that. But if it's close and you at the end of that roster coming in,
mm-hmm.
um, why not? If I'm a GM and that's my decision, hey, come on, J. Cole,
Come
come
on,
on
yeah,
in.
absolutely. We gonna sell some
You,
tickets. We gonna sell some
you get four
tickets.
or 5 minutes here. Yeah, we're gonna sell some tickets.
But don't, hey man, you just think how crazy to be, man. He come in there, man. He got stroke. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
got
So
a
he
stroke now.
he
That's why I
man
said.
he come in and hit a game winner, man. It's a done deal. It's a done deal, man.
Right.
He probably had the most popular jersey in the league. You know what I'm saying? Probably the most popular jersey in the league, man. You know. Hey, I think it's serious. Give him a tryout, man. You know, I would not try out. I'll go for it, man. You calling me up, man? I'm trying out. You know, let me show you what I
We'll
got.
see. We'll see. Depending on coronavirus, man, we're gonna see can we get them in the bubble next year, man.
Right,
And get them in the
right,
bubble, man, because
right.
because right now, at this moment, it's some people, it's some basketball players in the bubble that's cooking.
That's
I'm
cooking.
talking
Yeah.
about they lighting it up, they frying it up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, to throw out some names, we got the Freak, Giannis, AD,
Mm.
Kyle Lowry, Jokic, T.J. Warren,
Oh.
Bo, Michael Porter Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum, Harden,
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, Westbrook, Ingram, Dame. Um, the talent that's just being displayed on the NBA level right now, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's incredible right now.
Right.
We seeing, like I said, we seeing some great basketball games. We seeing people step up. Uh, who do you think right now is bursting the bubble in Orlando and putting other players on notice right now?
Right now, man, I got two people. I got two names for you, man. It might, man, listen, just come out of nowhere. We already expect. I think everybody expected one guy, right? But the other guy, nobody expected. All right. First guy,
Mm-hmm.
we knew he could play. Michael Porter Jr. We knew Porter could play. We knew he could play. He was just injured. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
just needed to get healthy and be unleashed for real. But we knew he could play. You know what I mean? We knew what to expect from Porter Jr. Man. But he's putting the league on notice, letting them know, hey man, I could play. I'm here. I'm here. You
definitely.
know what I mean? I got hurt. Y'all forgot about me. I'm back. You know what I mean? When he
Right,
got hurt, that became Jokic and Jamal Murray's team. You know what I mean? It actually became Jamal Murray's team before it became
right,
Jokic, the Joker's team. But he let them know, man, I'm
right.
coming back. I'm coming back, man. I'm coming back to take my seat at the throne, man. You know what I mean? And I think we done seen that these last few games, you know, where he been eating, he been cooking. You know what I'm saying? Just remind me, man, how guys in jail, man, they get the how they cook in the garbage bag, in the clear bag. They get their
Mm-hmm.
burritos cooking. You know what I'm saying? They get the burritos cooking in the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what let it sit. Go get the water out the sink, man. You know what I'm saying? They cooking. We cooking. You know what
They
I'm saying?
cooking, man. They cooking.
So also let me see. Yeah, man. Mike said that the Cavs should have took Porter Jr. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. And
Yeah.
Devin Booker been cooking too. Um,
Yeah, me and Huggins touched on that a few
yeah,
days ago.
yeah.
I mean, I agree with you.
Uh, hey,
Definitely.
my next guy, man, is T.J. Warren. Out of nowhere, out of nowhere. Everybody was talking about who going, you know, in another group, man, in the series NBA heads, everybody was saying who gonna drop 50 first. T.J. Warren was nowhere
Yeah.
on the list, but he the first. He
Nah.
came out and dropped 53. Been dropping 30 bombs
And I
ever
said
since.
I said
Go.
his teammate was gonna do it.
Yeah, you said Oladipo was. Yeah, yeah,
No,
but
no, no. I said his teammate was
who?
Booker.
Book. Oh, you said
Booker.
okay. You know, T.J. Warren with Indiana.
No, 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 no. I'm thinking. My bad. I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I'm on a totally different. Go ahead.
No, T.J. Warren, man. I been balling, man. He dropped 53, man. I think his stat line 53, 37, 34. He been putting up 30 spots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He averaging
He was
43.
like
Go
he
ahead.
was like 8 for 8 in the first quarter. He was like
Yeah,
8 for 8 in the first quarter
yeah,
yesterday. Yeah.
yeah. He's letting everybody know, man. I dropped it. This 50 wasn't no fluke, man. You know what I'm saying? This 50 spot
Right.
wasn't no fluke. This is what I'm doing. This is what I got my opportunity, man. And that's what it is, man. Opportunity. You know what I mean? He taking this opportunity, man, and that lets you know, man. Even before, and my time almost up here. Even before they got to the bubble, when things shut down, he was starting to flourish a little bit. You know what I mean? You start to see glimpses, but now it lets you know, man. He done worked on this game, and he putting everybody on
Yeah.
notice. Like, yo, man, Indiana ain't going nowhere. Yeah, Flame, absolutely, man. Indiana ain't going
Hey,
nowhere.
man. We talked about how scrappy they was. Somebody that you better be. You might want to be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're in that 4-5 matchup with Miami right now. So
Yeah.
man, that's looking like a real good
And
matchup.
that's
Um,
gonna be a matchup. That matchup is so crazy because they'll actually put one another out, and one of them could actually beat one of the juggernauts, the teams that we believe that's a juggernaut, your Milwaukee's or your Boston's. They one of the teams that can actually beat those teams, and they're gonna wind up canceling each other out, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But go ahead, man.
I agree with you. No, you good. Man, those two, I can't say nothing about it. They've been playing some great basketball since it started. They've been on fire. But somebody who I had brought up, Brandon Ingram, man. Even though the Pelicans are struggling right now, the way Brandon Ingram is playing basketball, man, the way he's so under control, all of his moves. I mean, he hitting every shot. He taking posts. He doing the left shoulder drop, coming back to the right.
Oh, yeah.
Fade away, bank shots. He just looks so comfortable, so smooth the way he playing. And you could tell that, like, his game, like, he a problem. He gonna be a real problem. We don't know what's gonna happen in the offseason with his free agency and everything, but man, he one of them people. He looking like he can be an MVP candidate.
In
the right situation.
I agree with that. Totally agree with that.
Brandon Ingram, the way he playing, just phenomenal basketball. I got it, and this ain't someone who's just been putting up huge numbers. This ain't someone who's been tearing up the scoreboards, making all the highlights. But I got to give a shout out to Carmelo Anthony for the way he's been playing basketball. Not only the clutch shots that he's shooting, I'm seeing Carmelo D up. Yeah. I'm seeing Carmelo dive for loose balls. When did you watch the New York Knicks? When Carmelo played in New York, when did you ever watch a basketball game? You seen Carmelo dive on the floor for a basketball? You just didn't see it.
You'd be hard pressed to find that tape.
Anthony giving up his body.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I said you'd be hard pressed to find that tape.
What was it?
Find that footage.
But definitely, man, I just wanted to give him a shout out, give him some recognition.
Sure.
Just like Dan said the other day, man, people don't look at him, like he a Hall of Famer. Like people like Carmelo done been through a lot, man. He don't get spoken on like LeBron got spoken on and everything. But if you look back over the career and numbers,
how he got cheated out of Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Man, I just want to give Carmelo Anthony a shout out for putting people on notice in the bubble. Like, hey, Carmelo ain't done. He looking like he can play another year.
Right.
He playing at a high level, and the effort that he giving. Shout out to Melo. And Devin Booker, like Mike Roseberg said. Devin Booker, he a complete basketball player now. He can score anywhere on the floor. He can get to the basket anytime he wants to. He getting his teammates involved, and he's playing D.
Absolutely.
You got to realize Devin Booker was a sixth man in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
He came off the bench.
Yeah.
Nice. To see him evolve to where he at now, them who I'm running with, man. The boys is on fire.
That's what's up, man. I cannot disagree with you on those, man. Shout out to Carmelo, man. Definitely showing that he still got game left, man. None but respect. But Brandon Ingram, I'm gonna go out on I wouldn't even say that I'm going out on a limb, man. But right now, man, Brandon Ingram is probably the closest thing we got to Kevin Durant in the league right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just off his side.
The same type of game. The demeanor, the same type of game. Smooth, silk.
Yeah.
He done got the jump shot with it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He a different animal.
Oh yeah. So man, as we said, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was just gonna say that I think Durant tweeted that out, but go ahead.
Yeah, man. So what we said in the beginning, man, we're gonna be talking about all sports, man. So we're gonna be switching gears here a little bit, man. We're gonna be switching gears, man. So we want to introduce this topic called extra talk all about it, man. All right, and this gonna be for the boxing fans, man. As you know, September 12th, man. Roy Jones Jr. Right, who I used to love Roy Jones Jr. Man. Coming up boxing, I love Roy, man. I loved his, just his whole the way he approached this. I would say his attitude. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of good things, and I'll mention that later. But he's gonna be fighting Mike Tyson in an exhibition bout. Is this a big deal, man? Should we take this? Is this something that we should take serious? And who wins? Who wins this exhibition bout? And is this good for boxing, man? What do you think, man?
Well, hats off to both two great legends fighting, coming together to do this, make this event. You are the guru when it comes to the boxing ring. Um, this is your expertise. This is your area. Me, I'm a huge fan. I was always a huge boxing fan up until like all of my great fighters weren't fighting no more. And so like I kind of fell off from the boxing. So the love of it ain't there how it used to be. But when we talk about the legend fighters who I came up watching everything, like it's really really big to me too. So from that point, I think it's gonna be big for boxing because it's bringing attention to the game, to the fight, to the ring, where people don't. How many big fights do we have a year really? That fight where you can say, oh, I'm getting that fight. Maybe Mayweather, but he retired. Triple G, Canola, when they fight, Deontay Wilder. But it's not a lot of fights out there that's draw that ticket where it'd be like, I gotta get that fight. And I'm just talking about for the normal fan,
For the normal,
not people who like, And I'm not talking about people who train in boxing things like that.
I see what you're saying.
But I love it, man. We get to see Roy Jones Jr. do it big, Mr. Body Headbanger against the Iron Mike Tyson. Jones was named one of the best boxers in the 90s by Ring Magazine. Jones won world championships in middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, and even in heavyweight. That's a historic accomplishment, man. I mean, you could tell me better. Like whenever you take your take, if you can fit it in, you can let me know who else has won belts in weight classes like that many. And I'm talking about the heavy hitters. I ain't talking about the featherweights and the lightweights.
Right. I feel you. I know what you're saying.
And then we got Tyson, one of the most feared heavyweight fighters ever. He dominated the 80s and the 90s, parts of the 90s. He was the youngest heavyweight champion ever. He started off with a 37-0 record before, when all the things came through with Buster Douglas and everything. Man, to see these two boxers, Roy Jones. I remember watching Roy Jones fight when he had one arm behind his back, and somebody tried to hit him, and he ducked and came up and hit him with a left and knocked him out.
Right. He was famous for that against that fight against Montel Griffin. That's when he knocked Montel Griffin. That's when he knocked Montel Griffin out. Montel Griffin that actually beat Roy on disqualification. You know what I'm saying? And Montel Griffin, if my boxing fans who know Montel Griffin, now I'm gonna let you finish. Montel Griffin was a hell of a fighter back in the day. He just came up against somebody named Roy Jones. You understand what I'm saying? And he was boxing Roy in that fight, but he hit Roy. You know what I mean? It was an illegal hit, and he got disqualified. And then he started talking trash. You know what I mean? After the fight, and Roy like, oh no, man, I can't have that. So when next fight, Roy knocked him out. You know what I mean? Hit him with the chicken. You know what I mean? The one hand behind the back. You know what I mean? Leaping left hook, leaping right hook. I forgot which one it was, but that's how that was.
It was a left. I remember it was a left. Yeah. Man, I see, and that's great that you can just point out the exact fight, exactly what happened. And that's the difference. That's how I remember it, and then that's how that's how you remember it. But that's great, man. But just closing up on that, should we take it seriously? For me, it's still an exhibition, but I'm gonna take it seriously because Tyson gonna take it seriously. Tyson coming from your heart. Roy Jones, I just read something Roy Jones said he worried about what Tyson gonna do in that ring. I mean, if I'm a fighter, I'm not I'm not gonna put that information out there so the other fighter knows that's how I'm feeling before we get in this ring. So Tyson gonna take it serious, so I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna enjoy it. It ain't no probably to it. I'm going to get the pay-per-view. So that's how I feel about it. Let me hear what you got, Guru.
So man, here's the thing, man. Anytime you step in a boxing ring, it should always be taken serious. Always. You know what I mean? Whether you sparring or not. You know what I mean? Whether it's an exhibition or not, whether you got headgear on or not, it should always be taken serious because guess what? One hit could end you. Period.
Yeah.
It can end you. That could be the hit that take you out of here. So we don't. The old saying is, man, we don't play boxing. You play basketball. You play football. You play soccer. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't play boxing. Once you get in that ring, all right. Two things gonna happen. right? You're gonna quit, and you're gonna be exposed. Once you're exposed, you're gonna quit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna really expose who you are and the time that you've taken actually to put into the sport, into the ring,
Right.
into your craft. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's the science. So it definitely should be taken serious. Now, is it a big deal? Absolutely, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? You got two of the most famous fighters, you know what I mean, in history, you know what I'm saying, coming together to fight. You know what I mean? Whether it's exhibition or not. They're two of the greatest fighters in history. From what I've
Right.
seen, you know what I'm saying? From what I've seen with Mike, Mike is taking this serious. Mike, you don't train like that. You know what I'm saying? The way Mike training, you don't train like that unless
Right.
you're serious. You understand? No
Right.
fighter trains like that unless they serious. You know what I mean? I've done it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I trained for real and I've trained recreationally. It's a big difference. Mike is
Right.
training for real. You know what I'm saying? Mike been knowing what's crazy about this. We probably don't even know is that this fight has probably been in the works for a long time. Mike been training like
Oh
this
yeah.
for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
from what I understand though, after Deontay Wilder made those comments that he cannot beat Mike in his prime, that's when Mike actually started really training hard, trying to get back into it.
And
You
I
know?
don't. I've read a few articles on that topic, but you can keep
Yeah.
going.
So that's when Mike really started going hard. You know what I mean? And if you watch that interview with Sugar Ray, that he did watch the whole interview, man. This is something that Mike loves to do. He eats, sleep, and breathe boxing. You know what I mean? He actually said he feel like a bitch. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he's not
Yeah.
that you know what I mean? Like that guy that he used to be. You know what I mean? The guy that
Right.
he is now, he feel like he a bitch compared to that guy. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's something that he definitely wants back, man. So should Roy be scared? I would say no. You don't fear no man in the ring because if you fearing him, then you've already lost. But
You already lost.
I think Roy needs to sit down somewhere. I think Roy should have sat down somewhere a long time ago. Roy is just a name. Honestly, as much as I used to love him, he's just a name. But I think that if the way Tyson training now, it's gonna be a long night for Roy. You know what I mean? And one thing I'm gonna say about Tyson though, man, is Tyson is not gonna go. I don't think Tyson. I think Tyson is the guy he is now. I think that he'll kind of take it easy on Roy for real.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? He'll once he see Roy can't take no punch, you know what I mean, or he hurt Roy, or Roy Plant. I don't think he gonna dog him like that. I think he should
I don't
for
think so,
stepping in
man.
the ring.
It's gonna
You
it's gonna
know,
be too many eyes watching, man.
yeah.
It's gonna be
Hey,
it's gonna be too many eyes watching, man.
I
For
think
him,
Roy
if he see blood,
Roy need to sit down though. Roy need to sit down. I think this should be somebody else. I would have rather him bring back Sugar Ray, you know what I'm saying, or
uh-huh.
somebody like that, Hitman or somebody, you know what I mean. Not Roy though, man. I bring back Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver, man, he still can throw the hands. Somebody like that, but Roy needs to sit down before he really hurt himself. Roy, you know what Roy's biggest
Yeah,
problem
man.
was, man, and I mean, I can talk boxing all day.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
Roy's biggest problem was? He didn't listen. That was his biggest problem is he didn't listen. He didn't have.
Right.
That's why he lost. He didn't have
Mm-hmm.
anybody in his corner to tell him, "Hey man, this is what you need to do in the ring."
Yeah.
With Roy in the ring, you watch his fights. He just sat there playing games. You know what I mean? Floyd listened to Roger. He listened to his father. You know what I mean? The greats, they
Right.
listen. They can take the criticism. Roy didn't have anybody in his corner doing that. You know what I mean? Telling him that,
Right.
this is wrong. Hey man, stop playing in there. You know what I mean? You gotta respect these guys. But
He fell in love. He fell in love with the name more than fell in love with
yeah,
the
man,
fight.
he fell in love with that pity pat boxing, man, and that's what got him out of there. Is
All right.
this good for the sport of boxing though? It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. You see how man, I'm
I,
excited
I
for
want
it.
to ask. I want to ask you something real quick. Like Give me a round prediction.
I'm gonna say honestly, man.
No. Before you answer that, I just wanted 30 seconds. The difference between wearing the headgear when you're talking about professional fighters like these are. The difference between wearing the headgear and not wearing the headgear in a boxing match like that. Like how much is that going to help Roy Jones Jr. and like how much power does that take away from Mike Tyson punches?
It's not. You know what? It's gonna take just a little bit off of it. It's gonna take a little bit off of it. You know what I mean? The headgear is there to protect you, but you still gonna feel them punches. You still feel them.
Right.
Somebody hit you clean. You understand what I'm saying? It's only so much a pad ain't gonna do. You know, and especially when you getting hit with a glove, your hands wrapped. You know, it's only so much the pad ain't gonna do. You know, so some guys go hard and sparring with the pads, and some get knocked out and sparring.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once you get hit, you can be knocked out. I've seen it.
Right.
Guys get knocked out, smooth out with the pads on. You know, yeah.
All right, round prediction.
I'm gonna say Tyson in 4. I'm gonna say Tyson in 4. If Tyson go hard, I'm gonna say Tyson in 4. Yeah.
If it go past 4, is Tyson in trouble?
Roy gonna be in trouble.
If it go past 4, is Tyson in trouble?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't believe so. I think Tyson is in better shape than Roy
All right,
is.
Man. Well, we're talking about hitting and punching things like that. Let's talk a little bit about the MLB trying to hit some baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's trouble with the long ball in baseball. We're switching it up here, going to the Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, baseball is in full swing with the 60-game shortened season, with 20-plus games being canceled, 20-plus across Major League Baseball and testing positive for COVID-19. Marlins and Cardinals, there's a few scattered ones here. And the inability to control what players do. Should the season be scrapped amid safety concerns?
I think so, man. I think they need to scrap the season, you know, because just for the simple fact that they can't control what's going on with those players. You understand what I'm saying? They tell the players, hey man, no tackling, no social distance in the dugout, wear your mask in the dugout. You know what I mean? Don't do this at the hotel. This is what they're telling these major league players. But these players is going against it. They're going against what MLB has actually set in place for them to try to keep them safe. You know, it's not on the same scale as the NBA has done it or what the UFC has done, but they still telling these guys, hey, wear your mask at all times while you're in the dugout. Be careful with the high fives and things like that. But these guys ain't listening. They still going out at the hotels. They still going doing the dinners and stuff like that. This is what I'm hearing. So I think that we definitely gonna probably have more cases, you know. And if you canceling 20+ games up or what, you know, you got a whole team that's out. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole team that's out. So what you gonna do with them? Are they gonna continue to play or what they gonna do? You know, that's just what I think, man. No.
Yeah, that's a great take. I agree with part of it, and then this is my thing right here with Major League Baseball. I think the season should be canceled, but not because they can't control it. I believe Major League Baseball had this messed up from the beginning. We did a few shows back, probably like a month ago. We talked about baseball for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just how it compares to what the NBA was doing before the bubble started.
Right.
With Major League Baseball, they didn't even know if they was going to play at all.
Right.
So from the beginning, Major League Baseball has had it just all the way messed up.
Yeah.
I feel like it can be controlled a little bit more than it is. If you think about a professional baseball player, at the end of the day, he gets a payroll check.
Right.
Like he gets a payroll check. You know, he works for that company which employed him. If I'm a baseball player for the Cleveland Indians, I am employed by the Cleveland Indians, and I get a payroll check for playing baseball because that is my job.
Right.
So, and I know people always want to say you can't compare sports to everyday job or things like that, but why can't you? Some people can't go to their job and not go against what the job put forth with them.
Right.
Some things, you know, like I know I ain't, you know, like I don't have to do that if I don't want to, but I'm gonna comply
Right.
because that's what my job wants me to do.
Right.
I'm in compliance. If I wasn't in compliance, I wouldn't have a job. My job at the same time can be like, even though he doesn't have to do this, like it's just like taking initiative. Like, why do I have to keep him employed?
Right.
So that's my one thing when it comes to saying this. I think the teams, Major League Baseball should have came out with a plan. They came out, each team, you quarantine your own bubble.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, okay, since we're only playing 60 games, okay, we quarantine and whatever we set up, how we do it. If we want to do it at the hotel, okay, that's our bubble. Nothing. We come in and out. We set our radius what it is, and that's what we contain.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
each Major League team should have had that set. They should have put that. Major League Baseball would have came out a lot easier if you would have put the hands and the owners of each organization, let them come up with their own thing, just like the NFL is doing right now. With everyone, like every single team had to report they pandemic however they was gonna go about with handling the pandemic at the camps and their organization.
Yep.
So it's the same thing with baseball. Baseball should have done that. They had it wrong from the jump. They should have never started the season. Should have struck it out and just canceled it from the beginning because they never had it right.
Absolutely.
To begin with.
Gotcha. So man, that was great point, man. It's a good point. We'll see what happens though, man. Because
we'll see what happens, man.
They continue to go on, and it's still a lot of ambiguity. I would say, you know what I mean. Still a lot of gray areas, to be worked out. With baseball.
Man, can you get in touch with the Dolans downtown and ask them, can we please get 2 bats for the middle of the Indians? Please, please.
I wish I could.
Please.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, man?
Just 2 bats.
What's his name, man? Kevin Taylor. For the Cavs, man. He do the seats and stuff like that, man. He bring everybody in he contact everybody. I had a chance to, to escort him around a little bit in the car.
I know you're yeah.
And he said the same thing, man. He kind of talk, but we kind of talk sports and stuff like that, man. Right. So he's one of them guys like, man, what are the Indians gonna do? It's like, man, you work for the Cavs. What you worry about the Indians for? You know what I'm saying? But he said the same thing you said, like, man, we need 2 bats because I guess he's an Indians fan. You know what I mean? I guess he had every game and stuff like that, man. So he's like, man, we just need 2 bats, man. We just need 2 bats, man. He texted me the other day, man. But that's
Can you imagine? Story. Can you imagine being a starting pitcher on our rotation right now? You pitch 6, 7 scoreless innings, one run inning, and they give it up in the 9th.
Yeah.
Or you got I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, I can
keep it pushing, man. I don't want to go there.
Right. So, man, let's keep it going, man. Speaking of safety, man, the NFL training camps are underway, and players can begin contact practices in a week and a half on August 17th. Are you concerned for the NFL season, seeing that they don't have a clear-cut plan in place to mitigate the exposure of the virus? I know you said that, like you said, that they got their own training thing, their own training camp thing, protocol. But once we start moving, city to city, are you concerned with with these players being exposed? With the NFL not having a clear-cut plan.
Absolutely. It's just kind of like we as the public, and I know especially players just want to know the teams done put out their protocol, what they're doing in their home teams and their hometowns. So NFL, let us know how this is all gonna come together game. Mm-hmm. I heard Cleveland just said they allow 20,000 down at Cleveland Brown Stadium this year to come play. So if that happens and you got fans involved in it, and you got anywhere from 10,000 to 20,000 fans in there, social distancing at 6 feet apart, are you gonna put a big barrier around the field, how is that gonna be contained? Are you gonna kind of control, cover up the playing area some way? You gonna do that?
You're talking about some hockey glass or something, huh?
Yeah, like some hockey glass or something like that. Like playing with the you can shake the snow.
Yeah. Right.
So but really, it got to be something because you got to realize you're gonna be having 53 football players,
Mm-hmm.
a coaching staff, traveling.
Yeah.
And like the way it's scheduling is, like the schedule wasn't set up to like how they let's just say for baseball, how they could have how they set their schedule up. Where a lot of the games they had, the teams was in
Mm-hmm.
regions of each other. So you can't do that with the NFL. You're gonna have teams flying from New York to California,
Right.
uh,
Right.
California to Florida. Them some of the hottest spots in the country right now. You know,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
the concern is there, but I believe it can be pulled off.
Mm.
At the end of the day, everybody got a responsibility as a human being going through this pandemic. Whether
Absolutely.
you a NFL player, a basketball player, if you're the president of the United States, telling me. But I'm so serious though. Everybody got a responsibility right now to keep your family safe, man.
Absolutely.
And like if you're gonna perform your job, do the right thing to keep your brother safe.
Mm-hmm.
You go to war with this person every day, y'all practice, man, y'all battle each other, y'all train together, do the right thing. They gotta be adults about it,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta go with the team protocol. If that's what the team protocol is, they could do it. You know, people's gonna go against things, but it can be controlled. And like my thing is like, how can you separate negligence? Um, saying like COVID can't be like you can't blame someone for getting it, or
Mm-hmm.
can you? Like if you know you went out past curfew or whatever they have
Right.
set for you, and you come back and you get it, you know, you shouldn't play,
Right.
or is it that you went hung out with your family and y'all went out to eat and you got it from the restaurant that you went to?
Right.
Like, is it some kind of difference in there somewhere that we don't know? So yes, I'm a little concerned about the players' health and safety, but I believe it can be pulled off.
Right.
We'll see what happens. College is a whole different story. You can go
Oh
ahead.
yeah. So let me ask you this, man. Do you think that the NBA and baseball could have created a bubble like the NBA? Do you think that's even possible?
I think they could have had bubble sites. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they could have had one area and just had a
I
bubble,
agree,
but I
Mike.
think they could have had sites.
Mm-hmm.
And they could have played in pools.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I think that's how that it
I
could have
totally
been.
agree with that.
It could have been accomplished
I
like
totally
that.
agree with that. I totally agree. I totally agree. I think not to belabor on the subject, but I think definitely with a place with baseball, you got all these spring training sites. You know what I mean? You got Arizona, you got Florida. You know what I'm saying? So when you got places like that, you can definitely create a bubble. You know what I mean with these particular places because a lot of teams they do their spring training down in Florida. They do their spring training in
Right.
Arizona. So I definitely think it could be done. You know, definitely think
Hold
of.
on.
Yep. August Greeley, what's up, man? Yeah, Mike, I totally agree with you, man. That guys definitely need to be some discipline, man, going on with these guys who not following protocol, man. You know, Fence. I was just replying to Mike. You know, he said got to be disciplined. You know, with these guys that that's not following the proper protocol, man. So
Yeah, and that's and that was my thing. Is like, how you decipher that? How do you decipher that? What is negligent and what is not? What's up, Hog? But I don't know how you gonna go about doing that, man.
yeah,
We got a couple more weeks, man, before they actually have to get on the field and put the pads on to actually hit. So
right,
that's gonna tell us a lot too.
yeah,
How I come back for that, just practicing,
right,
people having contact with each other, like that, and then like what happens that first week after they test after that, things like that.
right,
So
right,
we still got some time, man. It's just like
right.
it's more that the media is more worried right now because I think the players right now that's at the facilities at the camps right now, they
hmm
feel safe, they feel comfortable. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. I totally agree. Totally, man. I'm with you, man. Let's just respond to a couple things, man. Hog said that Lou Will should have got disciplined. Absolutely, he should have. Let me see.
yeah.
Mike said, the rumor is that Denver wants Bill, but DC wants Porter Jr. Do you do this trade? Do you do that trade, man?
What? Hold on.
DC,
What do you say?
Mike Beal. Bradley Beal. I'm saying Mike.
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal for
That's
Michael Porter Jr. Do you pull that trade, man? Do you pull that trade?
if I'm
DC,
who? DC
DC
or if
DC
I'm
or.
DC, yes. No. If I'm DC, yes.
But if
If I'm
you,
DC, yes.
but if you the Nuggets, no.
But if I'm the Nuggets, no.
No, I don't pull that trade. I mean, I like Bill. I like Bradley Bill. I like his game, but I think Michael Porter Jr. Man, his upside is it's not even. I wouldn't even say the sky's the limit. I wouldn't even say the sky's the limit. Mike also said, speaking about the football, baseball thing, should the face shields be mandatory? Um, I think that's going to
In
be
which sport?
in football, because they were talking about that in football, about the players wearing face shields. Some of them guys are already wearing the
Yeah,
little
I don't think it really make much of a difference.
Right.
I mean, honestly, it's only covered the face shield. I mean, is it gonna be enclosed?
Mm-hmm.
Is you talking about a face shield like that? If it's not gonna be enclosed, it don't make a difference.
Yeah, it won't make a difference. Absolutely, I agree with Hargis said. DC has two, or they will be left with nothing. Wall won't be enough after injury. I agree with that. I think
Yeah,
Wall ain't
that's
gonna be
yeah,
enough. He ain't gonna be enough, man. But he looked good though, man. I don't think that's gonna be tough playing football with an enclosed mask. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You gotta breathe.
Hey, you gotta breathe, man.
You gotta
Man,
breathe.
when I'm out, you know what I'm saying, and when I ain't in the car and I get out, I gotta put on that mask, man. With even with gear on, man, it's like, man, I can't breathe in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
I can just imagine playing ball. So yeah, man. So moving forward, man. Again, y'all, we talking basketball, football, baseball, and boxing, man.
oh yeah,
So the NFL opt-out deadline is coming up, man. I think it's tomorrow. Um, under the
yeah.
terms of
Thursday.
the agreement between the NFL and the Players Association, players are considered to be voluntary opt-outs. That are considered to be voluntary opt-outs will receive $150,000 salary advance and have their contracts uh, all the way through 2021. Those deemed to be at a higher health risk can collect $350,000. All right. So right now, 40 to 50 players have opted out the season. And right now you hear what I said. 40 to 50 players have opted out the NFL season. All right. So we got the
Yeah,
draft. We got guys that need to be signed. Right. We got these cut down with the rosters. We already ain't got no preseason going. All right. So seeing that there's such a high turnover in the NFL, man, are these players putting their jobs on the line by sitting out, man? How you feel about that, man?
absolutely. At the end of the day, these young guns come in every year, man, thirsty for a roster position.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to say this. I want to say this. Like, I don't knock anybody who don't want to play,
Right.
anybody who opt out. I mean, that's your choice. You got a choice to play or not. But you putting your career on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that. A year off from the NFL is different from a year off in the NBA, a year
Absolutely.
off in baseball, anything else, because it's such a physical sport.
Yeah.
And like you gain respect, it's gonna be a lot of organizations. It's gonna be a lot of teams that are gonna raise their eyebrow when it comes to that next season, and a team release you and you trying to get into a mini cap or something like that. They're gonna
Yeah.
remember how like you ain't go to war with some of these other players. Some of these people sacrificing it all. But I
Yeah.
do understand why some players are opting out. I mean,
100.
like
Yeah.
your family your family and yourself come first before anything
Right.
else. And if you feel like you're gonna put your family in danger for whatever reason it is that whatever you've been through or what you think are gonna happen, cool, don't play.
Right.
But at the same time, like understand that you put your career on the line.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
it's gonna be a lot of lost jobs behind this, man, because some people are gonna get an opportunity.
Yeah. I totally agree with that, man. I totally, like I said, the turnover rate is so high in the NFL. A star player don't get the same. A low level player don't get the same opportunity as a star player. You understand? I take that
Right.
as like being hurt. As a star player, you got a better opportunity to stay on the team being hurt. You know what I mean? Versus somebody who's not a star player and you get hurt. You know what I mean? So Like, right, Mike. I hope these guys been saving their money. You know what I mean? Because
For real.
if man, you're in a tough situation. You know what I mean? You get that 150,000, and when you think about it, man, 150,000 ain't a lot of money. You know what I mean? When you think
Yeah.
about it, you know what I mean? That's not in
When you
today's
live in a certain, especially when you live in a certain way.
a certain way. Absolutely, man. So
That's just the Band-Aid.
it's such a high turnover rate,
Not saying
man.
that's just a Band-Aid.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think that's $350,000 stipend is you know, I mean, that compared to what the NFL make, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I got a higher health risk, you know what I mean? If I got diabetes or something like that, or I can, got more chances to catch this stuff, and are you saying it's 350,000? Hey, man, I don't know, man. Some guys might risk playing, you know what I mean, and to
Yeah.
get that 1.2 million, you know what I mean? So. Like
Yeah.
hey, Hargis, man. Everybody don't want to live that. You can live humble, absolutely, with that type of money, man. But
Yeah.
once you get to that lifestyle, man. Once you experience that type of life, man, that's what you want. You know what I mean? You
And
go,
a lot of them a lot of people gonna get in trouble thinking, I'm just taking a year off,
yeah,
getting stuff together, get this
yeah.
150,000. I got the rest of the check coming next year. A lot of the players don't get
They ain't
that
got
contract
that.
next
No,
year.
they ain't got that.
It ain't no guarantee. It ain't no guaranteed in contract. It's just guaranteed upfront money.
Yeah,
Everything else is fair game.
yeah. Everybody ain't gonna get that opportunity, man. Where you think, oh, I'm gonna sit out this year, I'll be back next year. It might not be no next year for you. You know
Right.
what I mean? But I still respect the guys that's sitting out. I respect that. I
Definitely.
can't blame them. You know what I mean? That's their choice. You definitely can't blame them for that. But at the same time,
For the type of, I want to say this though, for the type of money that a lot of these NFL players, the type of money that they making, um, for me, it's like, okay, my family, y'all know how I got to make this. You know how I got to make this bread for
mm-hmm.
my family. Get this money. I'm going to play football. I'm not finna bring that back around. I'm not even finna come back and bring that around them at all.
Right, right,
Like, why would I jeopardize? I'm gonna go do my job, and they understand what's going on. They know what
right,
type of money I'm making right
right,
now and what I'm doing. They understand the
right,
situation that's going on. Why would I even go back and just? I mean, the way technology is, we always
right,
gonna be in touch.
right,
I'm
right.
a phone away from seeing
Got you.
you.
I got
I
you.
might not physically be there with you, but you know
Right.
what I'm doing,
I got you. I see what you're
and that's
saying.
a family.
I see what you're
That's
saying.
being a leader in the family to me.
Yeah.
But I'm not knocking nobody.
Hey, I see what you're saying, bro. I see what you're saying. But that's a different mindset, though, man. A lot of these guys,
Right,
man, I know some guys like, man, I ain't leaving my woman for no 6 months. You know what I mean? My
right,
kids for no 6 months. You know what I mean?
right,
That's just a different mindset. But guess what? The guys, and it's crazy, man. The guys who do what you call that, man? Deadliest catch. Them guys that's catching uh, them crab, them king crab and stuff like that, man. They doing that.
right,
They going 6 months out the year just to make 40,
right,
50, 60,000. You know what I mean? So they can
right,
chill for
right,
6 months out the year. So you mean to tell me your family not gonna understand you? Say, hey, babe, hey, I need you to hold this. I need you to hold it down. I'm gonna be sent. You
right.
got access to the account. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be
Yeah,
gone for 6 months to make sure that if I do contract the virus, I'm not bringing it to you. I'm gonna be isolated. You know what I mean? With the team, the doctor. I got
right,
some of the best doctors in the world. Taking care of me.
right,
You know what I mean? That's just sacrifice. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's just a different mindset, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely, the mentality, man. Just like like Hawkins just said, the guys in the NBA bubble. I was listening to what they were saying about Brian Savannah and them can't come. They can't come until till the end of August or something like that, beginning of September. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but that's after some of the teams gonna already be gone. But that's just a sacrifice to say, hey man, hey babe, this is what we got to do for now. I need you to hold it
right.
down. You know what I'm saying? You can't be with me every single day. You know, so that's how I look
Yeah,
at it, man.
they and it's yeah, it's. I mean, these players that sitting out, man, they putting their career on the line. That's all I
Hmm.
say.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um, Dwayne the Rock is back in the news, back in the ballers ring. Uh, I got something for you, man. I really do. And you get yeah.
Right.
Hold on, let me let the intro come in for a
Yeah.
minute. Young Money.
Right.
Yeah. The XFL,
Right.
baby, is back.
Yeah.
But look,
Yeah.
man. Hey, I love it, man. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, part of that team, buys the XFL. How do
Yeah.
you feel about the purchase, and how does this pose a threat to the NFL, if any?
Man, I think definitely, man, this is a great purchase,
Yeah,
man. Definitely a righteous purchase, man. Um, who else better, man? You know what I mean? Who else
right.
better? You know, got it knows football, got to play football. Football is near and dear to his heart. You know, he got a team together, and they doing the thing, man. As far as I know, what I hear is that they actually trying to add, still gonna add more teams. They was talking about adding a team to San Diego.
I'm saying that.
You know what I'm saying? Places like that, and like Mike just said, they got it for cheap. You know what I'm saying? For
Oh
they
yeah,
got it for
15 mil.
cheap. You
What?
know, and I think 15 minutes, absolutely, absolutely. I think
Yeah,
this is gonna be. I think this right here, man. I mean, just think, man, with the rule changes in the XFL, man, the way they was going, if they season had kept going, I think that they would have definitely had the NFL looking at some things. You know what I mean? To change, uh, some of their protocol, man. I liked it. I liked the games were competitive. You know what I mean? Especially the sideline interviews, man. I think that added a little bit of flavor,
yeah,
to
it was. Yeah,
the game, man. But if this works, man, you know, this gonna be it's gonna be sweet, man. It's gonna be sweet. Let me
man.
see.
I love it, man. It
Yeah,
like he was saying, like Huggins was saying. Every time I hear that song, I think about Ballers, man. I love that show.
yeah,
I wish they
yeah,
would make another season.
yep,
But the fact that he did it with his ex-wife or girlfriend,
yeah,
she's the owner of that partnership group.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like for them to still had a relationship. So now you buying somebody with somebody who trusts.
Hmm.
You still got Oliver Luck who's gonna be running it.
Yeah,
And Oliver Luck said he want his money, Vince.
yeah.
So
That's right, Mike.
you need to holler at my boy Oliver.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But seriously, though, I think it's just great. As far as the NFL always going to be here. What they can do is actually lean on the NFL. They should use the NFL as a crutch. They
yeah,
should use that as some type of system to where players really getting a chance to make it to the NFL
mm,
from the XFL.
yeah,
If you think about it, I think it was 60 plus players from the XFL that got signed to a training camp tryout
hmm,
for this season. So like 60 players, like that's doing something.
right,
60 people getting a chance from that league to play in the NFL. So
right.
I think it's great. Uh, I think they really now they got the time to plan it out perfectly because of the pandemic.
Absolutely,
Um, and they're in a position of where they can really control their environment. So shout out to The Rock, man. It's
yeah.
huge. I love it, man. I
His
love it.
team, absolutely, absolutely. Big ups to the Rock, man. So, man, we got this new topic, man, called "The Buck Stops Here," man. The buck stops here, right? So, Bart Scott, man, Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, man. The former linebacker in the NFL said that Troy Polamalu is no doubt a Hall of Famer. However, there's different levels to the Hall of Fame, and there's different levels to football. He said that Troy Polamalu, being mentioned in the same conversation as Ed Reed is disrespectful. And the only guys that should be in the conversation with Ed Reed is guys like Charles Woodson and Rod Woodson. How do you feel about Bart Scott's comments, man?
Um, I can't wait. That's how I feel. Bart always saying some stuff, and when I first heard it, I'm like, man, what Bart? But then I stopped and I thought about it, and I was like, he got a point. Let's look at this, man. Troy played 158 games. Ed
Mm-hmm.
Reed played 174 games. Ed Reed had 64 interceptions. Troy had 32 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Reed had 1,590 yards. Trey had 398 yards, and I'm not even finna go through it because he's still favorite. Now, I will say that Troy Polamalu had 783 tackles and Ed Reed had 646 tackles. That's because Troy Polamalu played in the box a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say this. Bart Scott is right in his incident to me, and then I got my reasons. Now let's think about it. When you think about Troy Polamalu and you think about the great safeties that play in the NFL, you're like, yeah, Troy Polamalu played like Ronnie Lott, George Lynch. But when we talk about Ed Reed played like who? Nobody, because Ed Reed is the best.
Yeah.
It's Ed Reed, then it's a gap, and then it's whoever you want to put up under him. Ed Reed was that good. He was a playmaker. He played all over the field. He was a way better coverage safety than Polamalu was.
Yeah.
Polamalu was a better tackler than Ed Reed, but Ed Reed still made plays. Ed Reed recovered. He forced 11 fumbles, and he recovered 13. He recovered 13 forced fumbles. Bart Scott, hey, Mr. I Can't Wet, yes.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
And with Charles Woodson was a corner. Charles Woodson didn't play safety.
He started
Charles
out.
Woodson didn't play safety until
he started out as corner.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was late in his career when he played safety.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't even Charles Woodson. Well, he's remembered to me as a cornerback. But yes, if we talk about complete defensive back, then we talking about Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
But we talking about safety.
Yeah.
Ed Reed is up there. Then there's no one else.
Right.
What do you say,
man? So yeah, man. So listening to Bart Scott, man, I totally agree with him. I wouldn't say that it's completely disrespectful, but we had two guys playing two different games. You know what I mean? Like he said, man, Troy Polamalu played in the box. He played in the box to where actually Ryan Clark. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Ryan Clark, man, Mr. ESPN. To me, Mr. ESPN. Well, Ryan Clark actually would save Troy Polamalu and give him that opportunity to play free like he did. You understand what I'm saying? Right. What he said about Ed Reed, he was like, Ed Reed is the guy that made your Peyton Manning's, made your Tom Brady's change up and do the check downs because he was there.
Cerebral.
You know what I mean? He was that defensive quarterback, and he wasn't going to allow, you know what I mean, you to beat him over the top. You know what I mean? He'd cheat up a little bit, but he'd cheat and make you make a decision. You understand what I'm saying? Right. He was saying Troy Polamalu didn't do that. Ed Reed changed the game. He made these guys bite, make decisions. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with him. And like he said, Charles Woodson did that. Rod Woodson did that. He put Troy Polamalu in the same category as your Ronnie Lotts and your Brian Dawkins. You know what I mean? But
and even with Woodson played corner all the way up to his last couple of years at safety. So you can't even put those names up there with Ed Reed.
Ed Reed was he was a different type of strong. You got strong safety and free safety. You know what I mean? That's your difference. But the way Ed Reed played, he played defensive back. Period. You know what I mean? Wasn't nobody. You know what I mean? He was just that guy. Wasn't nobody getting behind him. You know what I mean? He was stopping the stuff in front of him. You know what I mean? He was making what's the dude, McAllister. What was the other boy name?
McAllister was a shutdown corner.
He was a shutdown corner. He was
a shutdown corner.
But guess what? He had Ed Reed back behind him. He knew. Right. Them receivers knew Ed Reed was right there, man. Ed Reed stayed consistent. You know, that's just Ed Reed is Ed Reed. You know what I mean? So
I'll tell you somebody who was trending towards Ed Reed, and he played at the same university Ed Reed played at. Sean Taylor.
Oh, for sure.
Sean Taylor was trending towards Ed Reed type of career, and it's just a shame we didn't get to see his
man. Listen, Sean Taylor was that guy, and he would hit you. He would put a hit on you. You know what I'm saying? Like he would put a hit on you. Like we mentioned, man. The Sean Taylors, man. Your Bob Sanders, man. These say Mike Doss.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Guys like that who careers ended early because of injury. You know what I'm saying?
Taylor was a beast.
He was a beast, man. He definitely a beast, man. Definitely, man. So I'm not opposed to what he was saying, what he said, man. You know, it's different levels to it. different levels of
Right.
quarterback. You know what I mean? If it's different levels of quarterback, it's different levels to running back. Why can't it be different levels to safety? You know what I mean? So, but I think,
All right. And I want to end off our night with I got a bonus question for you, man.
okay,
And we're gonna take it back to the NBA
yep.
since we in the NBA group tonight. And whoever watching, I'm asking y'all too. Can Phoenix get into that play in? Can the Phoenix Sun get into that play in for the 8th seed in the West? What do y'all think? Give me a percentage. I say I give you 61% chance that they can play into that.
Ooh, that's high. Um, I
Yeah.
think
If if they keep winning,
if they keep winning, yeah, absolutely. If they keep winning, absolutely. If they, man,
15 Mike.
you know what I mean? They 3-0. I think they can. I think they can go at least 6-2. You know what I mean? In this bubble and
Uh-huh.
get a percentage chance in, because right now Portland has still got that. Even though they got the same, they like one game because they played one more game before the bubble started. So they like 439 or 440, and I think somebody else is at 437. The Pelicans at 437. So
So where you at? Where you at percentage wise on Phoenix?
man, I think they got a 50. I think it's a 50% chance, man. I'm going
50% chance.
50%. Yeah, they can get in that play in.
Right.
Absolutely. Cause they can.
I just see Memphis keep reeling. Memphis keep reeling. Gonna need San Antonio to lose like 2 more, man.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think Memphis and San Antonio are ready. You know, nor what's the name, man?
they have been the last
Sacramento.
couple of games.
Who?
Mike,
Sacramento?
they've been playing defense the last couple of games.
Yeah.
And I was responding to what Mike just said.
Oh yeah, yeah. He said love Booker, but Dphence play enough defense. Man, they can score the ball though, man. They can score
They
the
scored. They've been
ball.
playing some deep the past couple of games. So
Yeah.
I mean, on a team like Phoenix, you just trying to make it to 2 minutes in the game, and you got a chance to let Booker do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get to that 3 minutes point, 2 minute point, and you only down by like 5 or 6 points,
Mm-hmm.
you got a chance. You know, you got a chance with Devin Booker.
Right. Yes, sir. I agree. I agree. Definitely got a chance. Definitely, he just showed you that the other night, man. Give him the ball, man. You know, if he don't hit that shot, they go to OT. You know,
Yeah.
that's that's that. You know. So I think
All
that's
right,
it.
man.
That's it, man. That's it. We're gonna
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it again next week.
do it again next week. Great show partner, man. You know, it's always good, man, to cook it up with the chef. You know what I mean? Always good, man. Like I said, we're gonna be here next week. Everybody, man, we appreciate y'all for chiming in. Appreciate y'all input, man.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, he dropped a nugget. Say he dropped.
Whoa!
He
He
said
dropped the Rosebud bomb.
he dropped a nugget.
Booker, the best young guard out here. We did see Dame Lillard the other night, right? I just want to make sure we watch the
So,
same
but
basketball.
we talking about 29 and under? Cause Dame 30 right now. He said, "See y'all next week." All right, man. We gonna, you know
For
what, man? We
sure.
gonna deal with that, man. We gonna deal with that next week, Mike. We gonna be a couple more games and actually heading into the weekend of the playoffs, man. So we definitely probably have some play-ins that week. So we're gonna definitely come back to y'all next week, probably Monday or Tuesday night, and we're gonna chop it up, y'all.
You right. You right. You right. You right.
Yeah. So he said,
Dame is.
Dame, oh,
He,
yeah. Once you hit
I give
30,
him
I
that.
guess that's it. Once you
I
hit
give him
30,
that,
that's
man.
it.
But I like that. I like that point guard in Atlanta too.
Yeah. So, all right, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We definitely appreciate y'all chiming in, man. Appreciate y'all input. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man, for all this time. And
For sure.
next week, we're going to be back. All right.
All right. Till next time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Salute.